Alrighty, welcome sixth graders. So this is chapter 2, lesson 2 of our textbook. And with this one, what we're going to be talking about are how more complex societies were formed because of agriculture. So these first villages that established, they're small in size. They're not huge and large. You have just a few tribes that kind of settle down into areas and start living and working together. But the big thing is that they were able to grow food surplus, which again carries them through harsh times. If they were still foraging and gathering, or hunting and gathering, those rough times mean that they would have to pack up and move someplace else. With overpopulation the way it is, that isn't going to be the case anymore. So again, this sustained farming was really prevalent at the time. Okay, so a couple of the larger cities, if they were in really great spots, they grew and grew and grew and grew larger. And so here are a couple examples of different farming villages that were able to do things like that. All right, so again, we've talked a lot about archaeology and what people find. So here is one example of a dig site where scientists, archaeologists or geologists or anthropologists or whomever that work at different dig sites, geologists as well, going through and digging up what would have been there and finding clues about how the people would have lived and things of that nature. And so here's kind of a rendition of all the information that they've gathered, what you would have seen. Here are these permanent housings we have over here. These would have been built out of mud or clay, so they were dried and baked. We call bricks like that, we call those adobe. That have like straw roofs, or you see palm trees back here. They would have like palm leaves as their roofs. But everything kind of faced outwards into where things would happen. And so we have farming going on here. You can see that they used this is a much more advanced than the very first ones, but we can see that they have oxen, they have plows, they have hand tools, a woman going along and seeding. So they were really able to help, really able to kind of take it up to the next level. That's what we mean by complex. It's that the advancements in technology help them able to do more. So you have all these people that are able to do much more. And so finally, because we have more people able to do more different jobs, the economies change here as well. So now with the surplus, you have people who are bartering or trading away the extra surplus for things that they might not have. So you might come across another village, and maybe they have clay pots, and your people don't have some make clay pots, so you trade the food for the clay pots, or jewelry, or metal tips for the plow, or stone tips at this time, and eventually you'll get to metal, things like that. So this economy arises. There's no money at the time because money's not valuable. Gold is used more for decorations than anything else. It's more about being able to trade one good for another good. It could also be you traded for goats or cattle, or a dog if you needed it, something like that. But as trade grew, so did responsibility. So you're going to need some form of a government to kind of handle all those stuff. You're going to need writing, is prevalent at this time. You're going to need a scribe to keep track and document what was traded for what, and so on and so forth. All right. As society advances in this agricultural revolution of more and more people working with food, more people, or more food being grown, not more people, but more food being grown, people able to have skilled trade jobs. So as this comes about, there's going to be more responsibilities and stuff. But also at the same time too, there are still hunter-gatherers that exist. It doesn't completely die off. It still hasn't died off today. In 2016, some 13,000 years later, 11,000 years later, we still have people that live in a hunter-gatherer society. So if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'll catch you on the flip side.